Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you've been paying any attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you know that the San Francisco 49ers are always lurking in the shadows, quietly planning their next move, their next step toward NFL dominance. And this offseason has been no different. The Niners have been quietly exploring options, retooling, and trying to find ways to strengthen their roster, especially on defense, which has been a cornerstone of their success over the past few seasons. But here's the big question that's been buzzing around the fanbase and the NFL circles lately. Could the 49ers make a bold move and bring in a player with a deep history with Robert Saleh, their defensive mastermind? And more specifically, could they be eyeing none other than Miami Dolphins cornerback Jaylen Ramsey? This is where things get interesting, folks. Jaylen Ramsey, at 30 years old, might be considered slightly past his prime by some, but make no mistake, he's still one of the most talented and disruptive cornerbacks in the league. And here's the kicker. Saleh, the 49ers defensive coordinator, has a long-standing connection with Ramsey. He coached him during Ramsey's rookie season back in 2016, when Saleh was the linebackers coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's right, Saleh was there at the start of Ramsey's NFL journey, witnessing firsthand his talent, his swagger, and his ability to lock down top receivers. So there's a natural familiarity, a relationship built over years that could make this a real possibility. Now, why would the 49ers even consider trading for Ramsey? Well, for starters, Ramsey is still a top-tier cornerback. He's got the coverage skills, the ball-hawking ability, and the competitive edge that could immediately upgrade their secondary. Sure, he's been holding out of Miami's mandatory minicamp, which has raised some eyebrows, but that's not unusual in today's NFL. Players often use these negotiations or holdouts to get a better deal, or even just to send a message. And considering Ramsey's age and the market, the Dolphins might be motivated to part ways if the right offer comes along. So what could that offer look like? Well, the rumors swirling around suggest that the 49ers could potentially land Ramsey for a late-round pick, possibly a 2026 sixth-rounder. It's a small price to pay for a player of his caliber, especially if it means bolstering a secondary that's been a little inconsistent at times. The 49ers' secondary has been solid, but with the NFC West becoming increasingly competitive, having a shutdown corner like Ramsey could be the difference-maker in critical games. Think about it. Ramsey would step right in and start over the second-year cornerback Renardo Green, who, despite flashes, has struggled a bit during OTAs, getting burned by receivers like John Jennings and Demarcus Robinson. Ramsey's experience, leadership, and ability to lock down top receivers would immediately elevate that unit. And let's not forget the success Robert Saleh had with older cornerbacks during his first stint as the 49ers defensive coordinator. Remember Richard Sherman? Saleh brought him in after Sherman tore his Achilles with the Seahawks, and Sherman played a pivotal role in their Super Bowl run. Then there was Jason Verrett, whose career Saleh revived in 2020, turning him into one of the league's most effective corners when healthy. Ramsey, in his prime, is arguably better than both Sherman and Verrett at their peaks, and even now, he's still a top player. Bringing him in could be a strategic move to not only contend this year, but to set the stage for sustained dominance. Of course, acquiring Ramsey wouldn't be just about immediate impact. It's about the long-term vision of the team. The 49ers have been building a roster with veteran savvy, strong draft picks, and a relentless defense. Adding a player like Ramsey, even at this stage of his career, signals that they're serious about competing at the highest level and aren't afraid to make bold moves. They've shown in the past that they're not shy about swinging for the fences, whether it was trading for Christian McCaffrey or signing key free agents, so this wouldn't be out of character. Now, some fans might worry about the cost, the draft capital, or Ramsey's age. But here's the thing. In the NFL, a single elite cornerback can completely change the dynamics of a defense. And with the NFC West being as competitive as ever, with teams like the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals all making moves, the 49ers need to stay ahead of the curve. A trade for Ramsey could be that edge. Plus, it's worth noting that the Rams, their division rivals, have been actively trying to rebuild and might be tempted to trade Ramsey if they see the right offer. Why not beat them to it? Imagine this: Ramsey lining up opposite the 49ers' star safeties, creating nightmares for opposing quarterbacks. His ability to shadow and frustrate top receivers like DK Metcalf or DeAndre Hopkins could be a game-changer. His veteran presence and leadership would be invaluable, especially for young players trying to learn the ropes. And considering Sale's proven track record of integrating veteran corners into a cohesive unit, the fit could be seamless. Now, let's talk a little about the bigger picture. The 49ers have been a perennial playoff team, reaching the NFC Championship game in recent seasons and making deep runs into the postseason. But to get over that hump and finally reach the Super Bowl more consistently, they need to fine-tune every aspect of their roster. The secondary has been a strength, but it's not invincible. Adding a player like Ramsey could lock down one side of the field, allowing the pass rush and linebackers to operate with more freedom. It's a recipe that has worked for championship teams in the past. And of course, the fans are always eager to see bold moves. The excitement surrounding a potential Ramsey trade is palpable. It sparks debates, sparks hope, and reignites that fire to see the 49ers dominate once again. Plus, it's not just about the present, it's about setting up a future where the team can contend for years to come, with a defense that strikes fear into opponents. Now, I want to highlight something else that's often overlooked. The NFL is a league of relationships and strategic moves. Sale's connection to Ramsey isn't just a coincidence, it's a strategic advantage. Having coached him at the start of his career, Sale knows Ramsey's strengths and weaknesses intimately. This familiarity could make the transition smoother, the integration faster, and the impact immediate. Sometimes, familiarity breeds success, and with Sale's defensive genius, that familiarity could turn into pure gold. And I have to mention the importance of timing here. The NFL trade deadline is still a few months away, but the offseason is the perfect time to make a move. 49ers don't want to wait until the season's halfway point, where their leverage might diminish and other teams could swoop in. If they're serious about contending in 2025 and beyond, making a move for Ramsey now could give them that extra edge they need to finally break through and bring home another Lombardi trophy. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't just about one player. It's about the message it sends to the league, to their division rivals, and to the entire NFL community. The 49ers are always aiming higher, always looking for that competitive advantage. And if acquiring Ramsey for a late-round pick can help them get closer to that ultimate goal, then it's a move worth considering, especially when you remember the history, the connections, and the sheer talent that Ramsey still possesses. Before I wrap up, I want to remind you guys that this is just one of many potential moves the 49ers are weighing. The offseason is a chess game, and San Francisco is known for its strategic depth. Whether it's a trade, a draft pick, or a free agent signing, the goal remains the same: building a team capable of winning it all. And if bringing in Ramsey can tip the scales in their favor, then it's definitely a move worth watching. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think a trade for Jaylen Ramsey makes sense? Would you be willing to part with a late-round pick for a player of his caliber? Or do you think the team should focus on other areas instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news you need to stay ahead of the game. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this 49ers fandom alive and thriving. Because when it comes to the 49ers, the best is yet to come.